Hello, everyone named Jalise. Welcome everybody now to my top 9 Star Wars films, everybody. Now, I've seen The Last Jedi, so we're going to rank all of them from Star Wars New Hope to all the way to now Star Wars Last Jedi. So let's start off with the worst. The worst is Star Wars The Last Jedi. I am not kidding. For those of you who's never seen Star Wars films, or knows you have never read the books, you know why I hate this new sequel trilogy. And The Last Jedi, since Force Awakens copied and pasted the same movie as New Hope, is going to copy the same format as, since it was the starting point of the trilogy, Force Awakens is obviously going to have to do the same format as Last Jedi. Last Jedi is going to have to follow the same format as Empire Strikes Back. That Star Wars Last Jedi was a mixture of Empire Strikes Back, mixture of Return of the Jedi, mixture of god-awful, stupid lore. The lore of Star Wars had been ruined. I don't care if they went to a new take. I don't really care about that because the new take is so different. The Empire's still around, the Rebels are still around, Kylo Ren is still Sith, Rey is still a Jedi. The lore is ruined. Why? Rey could do everything. She doesn't need help with lightsaber training, she's automatically a master. Her and Kylo Ren are automatically powerful more than Luke Skywalker and Commander Snoke. Snoke's backstory is not here. You ain't gonna get no answers from this film. Finn's storyline in this entire movie is wasted because overall his mission did fail. And don't forget me starting on the whole Finn and Rey's love interest. I mean, come on. The most rushed romance of all time. Poe is just in conflict. The story is just very stupid. That's all I can really tell you. It's stupid. And if you want to know why it's stupid, you could look at Jody's Corner. That's a guy I subscribe to. You could check out his videos for why that movie is trash, or you could look at my video, why Last Jedi is trash. I really don't want to get too much more into it, because I hated that film. I absolutely hated it. When I walked out of the theater, I walked out the last 30 minutes. I already know what's going to happen to Luke. I already predicted why the film would suck. Last Jedi, to me, is a terrible film. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed in the entire Star Wars thing. Okay, Commander Snoke is no more. Luke Skywalker is now gone. So, Rey's still a Jedi. Kylo Ren is maybe still a Sith. We don't know because there's no clarification for a lot of this stuff. This movie was a big waste of your time. Do not go see this film. Last Jedi, number 9. I don't care if people are entertained out of this. If you are entertained by the lore of this entire universe, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I can't help you by telling you why this film is so terrible for the lore and mythology of Star Wars. And even if this is Disney's canon, even though I like the extended edition, I like the Legends edition, I prefer those ones. But if Disney canon is going to be like that, okay, let's see your canon. It's basically the mythology's all messed up and the lore's all messed up. So number 9, Last Jedi. Number 8, Star Wars Force Awakens. I already told you why I hate this film. These films, Last Jedi and Force Awakens, are only 9 out of 10 if you've never seen a Star Wars film. For me, there's some other things I like about the Force Awakens, but the thing is, though, since Force Awakens copied so much of New Hope, since it basically was the same movie, secret information is put inside of a droid, the droid's on a desert planet and meets somebody, and the information goes to the Rebel Alliance, and the Empire's trying to come at them with the new Death Star. The new Death Star base is now Starkiller Base. Oh wait, that's a video game character. Oh wait, Extended Edition, Legends Edition. Don't show this stuff. Don't. Oh god, Disney. Lazy as heck. I mean, Disney just wanted to sell toys. They wanted more BB-8 units. That's all they wanted. This entire franchise of Disney's original, the sequel trilogy, is terrible. This is worse than the prequels. And yes, I said it. And to me, I don't hate the prequels. But Star Wars Force Awakens, the most rushed love story of both Finn and Rey, or Finn and Poe, whatever you want to call them together. Finn's character rushes tremendously. He immediately escapes the First Order. After his first battle, because he didn't want to kill innocent people. But he had no problem killing his fellow stormtroopers when he escaped. Then he's just a cowardly guy during this film and the second film. And then he immediately falls in love with Rey. He's like, you got a boyfriend? I'm like, Jesus Christ, they really rushed this love story along. And he really rushed Rey as being a formal Jedi in order to beat the trained Sith she beats Kylo Ren in the final fight scene of Force Awakens. Do I need to explain the logic to that? She's strong in the Force? That's like saying little kid Anakin Skywalker from Phantom Menace is stronger than Yoda. Just because you're strong in the Force does not mean you're better in experience. Star Wars lore and all that stuff got kaput with this film, The Force Awakens, and The Last Jedi. All powerful beings could do anything and anything. They think about something, they could do it. It's not like in Empire Strikes Back when Luke is trying to lift up the dang X-wing thing, the freaking fire pilot, whatever. My mind's totally blinking out right now, but the point is, Luke had to train in order to become better and better with the Force and to be stronger. That's all had been with Star Wars lore. Disney's, Rey beats Kylo Ren in the final fight scene. You know Kylo Ren was trained by Luke Skywalker, killed Padawans, and was trained by Commander Snoke. I'll need to explain to you why this entire final fight scene was terrible. Why Rey's the most one of the worst characters of Star Wars universe in my personal opinion. So yeah, Star Wars Force Awakens, number 8. Number 7, Star Wars The Clone Wars. Hayden Christensen and, I was going to say Padme, but that's not her name, Natalie Portman, have no chemistry with each other whatsoever. They have terrible chemistry with each other. This movie was half romance, half action / sci-fi. Queen Amidala is getting attacked. Queen Padme is being attacked. She's just trying to, survive. The Jedi are trying to figure out who's trying to kill her. Then it realizes Count Dooku, played beautifully by Christopher Lee. Yoda fights during this time. The best thing about this entire film, The Clone Wars, is started off the TV show. So at least they did some new characters that are good. Christopher Lee's, man, I love Christopher Lee as Count Dooku. Former Master Qui-Gon Jinn, yeah, I can see that. What else I have? Jango Fett, the father of Boba Fett, loved it. Loved the Battle of Geonosis. Loved the Jedi fighting. Mace Windu, purple lightsaber, what's not to love? And learning about the Kaminoans and seeing Naboo again was pretty dang awesome. And who could forget Anakin Skywalker slaughtering all the Tusken Raiders, including women and children. There you go. Awesomeness right there. But overall, it's not the greatest movie in the world. Again, because of Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman, it has terrible chemistry, and there was so much corny dialogue between those two. It was really, really bad. I'm going to give it... If none of that stuff happened, this film would have been an A, but since that happened, I gave this film a C+. The other two films, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, you could probably guess why I'm going to give those ones. Well, okay, Force Awakens is C-. Last Jedi, D-. If you want if you really want scoring grading system for this, but whatever. Number 6, Star Wars Rogue One, the only Disney canon one I actually enjoy. Why? Because it will take place between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope, and it connected it pretty dang good. How the Death Star plans were taken away. Disney's has their own version of the Death Star plans being taken away, and the Legend Edition has theirs. And even though Rogue One kind of took some things from the Legends one, this film was pretty dang good and solid. At least the storyline made sense. The characters weren't overly powered. All the characters freaking died at the end. I mean, this was a great sacrifice for Rebel Alliance, and it shows what the sacrifice was in order to get rid of Death Star plans, to take the Death Star plans to Princess Leia, and lo and behold, we all know the entire thing. The Death Star plans were destroyed, and Rogue One, their sacrifice, meant something, and the Death Star was gone. And it was a great victory for the Rebel Alliance. Seeing Darth Vader at the end was awesome. I liked Ben Mendelsohn's character. I liked the villains in this movie. Yes, the CGI with Grand Moff Tarkin and then Princess Leia, obviously with Carrie Fisher's dying. But overall, it wasn't that terrible. I liked the special effects. I like Cassian. I just really enjoyed this film. It really showed the darker side of the Rebel Alliance, of them killing not innocent people, but Cassian mentions that we have done all the worst terrible things in this Rebel Alliance. It can't be for nothing. And I just love this film for that. It showed the Rebel Alliance not always as the good guys. So Rogue One is number 6. It's a B+. And number 5, everyone's going to hate me for this. Bring on the hate. I love it. Star Wars The Phantom Menace. I love this film. Why are you bored? Let me show... Okay, Disney's canon. What did they bring you? Captain Phasma? Snoke? We got Darth Maul. Qui-Gon Jinn. I mean, we seeing a young Obi-Wan Kenobi for the first time. We're seeing different planets. Naboo, the Gunyan City. Gunyan City was beautiful. The Gunyans are terrible. Jar Jar Binks is terrible, yes. But it shows a Master Apprentice for the first time. Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn is awesome. We go to Tatooine. We see a young boy, Anakin Skywalker. People say they didn't like their little romance. It was just a little kid crushing on a girl. And aren't you interested about the young Anakin, about this kid grows up to be Dark freaking Vader? And the kid is actually a pretty dang good kid. The pod racing was awesome. He wants to rescue his mother from slavery. I love this film. And then we go to Corsica. The politics, I enjoy it. I love seeing Emperor Palpatine manipulating everything behind the scenes and trying to get into power. I love it. I love it for that stuff. Then also, not to mention, we see the Jedi Council anger, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. I love seeing the Jedi Council there for the first time, seeing all these different type of species of Jedi, see how they operate. If you never, since I was born with the prequels and all stuff, but I saw the new ones first. I saw New Hope, Empire, and all and Empire and Return of the Jedi, and then I saw the prequels on the Phantom Menace. So when I saw the Phantom Menace, I just thought they expanded so much stuff for the Star Wars lore. Jedi Council for the first time, that's what I wanted to see, and this was before I even read the books about Jedi Council and how the Jedi operated. So this to me brought so much lore and so much mythology to the Star Wars universe I loved. The Duel of Fates was awesome. I don't understand the hate for the Phantom Menace. This brought so much to the Star Wars universe. It didn't trash upon the original characters. Obi-Wan is young. He's inexperienced in a way. We get to see again Darth Vader as a little child. We see Yoda for the first time. So it was interesting to see all these new characters and old characters. Jabba the Hutt makes a little cameo appearance. I enjoyed this. What's not to love about this stuff? This is homage. This is great. Luke Skywalker saying no when freaking Darth Vader killed Obi-Wan. This one, Obi-Wan said no when Darth Maul killed Qui-Gon Jinn. That's homage. Not The Force Awakens when it's copy and paste of the actual movie. No, Phantom Menace, I love. 9 out of 10. I give it A-. Sue me. Number 4, the original classic Star Wars A New Hope. I love this film. Granted, it was, when you go back to it, it is kind of silly for certain things, especially with the whole Luke Skywalker automatically believing the Force just like 5 seconds after he learns about it. Family Guy makes fun of that like crazy. I love Han Solo at the beginning, and it didn't rush the love story of him and Princess Leia. You could tell there was tension between them, and you could tell there was something there, but they didn't expand upon it. She had faith in him that he would come back, and Han Solo and Luke's relationship is not like fast, we're buddies like just Finn and Poe. No, this is like we're good for it's like how Han Solo does not want to let Luke Skywalker down, and Luke Skywalker expects so much more from Han Solo. And I really just liked the relationship at the beginning of this film. It started off a great trilogy, and I loved it. New Hope, number 4. Number 3, I'm going to give to Star Wars Return of the Jedi. This was awesome. This was a great conclusion to the end of this original trilogy. The only problem I have with this film, though, I wish the fight scene was better, and I wish it wasn't like the whole second Death Star plan again. So we got the second Death Star. Okay, why not? There is a flaw to this movie with that the fact that the second Death Star has the same flaw as the first Death Star. What can you do? But Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker has turned into a Jedi Knight. He has a new green lightsaber. They rescue Han from Jabba the Hutt palace. I loved it. Love seeing Jabba the Hutt. Love seeing this little culture stuff with him having the slave girl. Then seeing Boba Fett, even though he did not die in the books. So really excited to see all this stuff with Boba Fett, Jabba the Hutt, Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher's bikini. We all know why. We love that. And then Han Solo was freaking awesome as well. Then with the Chewbacca, then the Ewoks came along, and who cares? The Ewoks were not that bad. The Ewoks are not that bad. I didn't mind them. They went to different planets, different creatures, different alien life forms. Okay, they help against the Stormtroopers. The Stormtroopers were weak all throughout the entire Star Wars universe. So, Ewoks defeat Stormtroopers, okay. The tension between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, Luke finding out that Leia is his sister and then all that stuff, I just absolutely love this film. Return of the Jedi is a classic, it's amazing, an A2. So, number 3, Return of the Jedi. Number 2 is going to be Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. This is Order 66. This is the extermination of the Jedi Order. This is the rise of Emperor Palpatine, the birth of Darth Vader. And it all plays beautifully well. Hayden Christensen and McGregor have great chemistry with each other. They have a good friendship, and you could just really tell that throughout the entire film. Even though this film has a problem of not explaining what happened during the Clone Wars, you could tell Anakin is a trained bad Jedi. So is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ewan McGregor never impressed me so much more in this film than he was in his Obi-Wan Kenobi. Their chemistry was awesome. General Grievous was awesome. Christopher Lee, for a short amount of time, was good. Everything made sense to me. Everything every single bit made sense. Palpatine influencing Anakin Skywalker, the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise was an awesome moment. Every single thing about this was awesome. Maybe the fight scene between Anakin and Obi-Wan could have been a little bit short. Overall, this entire movie was pretty dang solid. Yoda vs. Emperor Palpatine, I loved. This film was extremely dark, had great and it's not because it's extremely dark, it's a great film, it's just because it was very well paced, the character was growth, and it tied beautifully to A New Hope, and you see where these characters come from Revenge of the Sith to New Hope, and you could totally buy it. And I love Revenge of the Sith. Number 2. That's like an A2. And my number 1 favorite Star Wars freaking film of all time is still Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. This film had everything. I know kind of Lando, Boba Fett, Darth Vader, the Battle of Hoth. I mean, I Am Your Father, the biggest bombshell of all time in movie history. I mean, a great fight scene between Luke and Darth Vader. I actually enjoyed that fight scene. I think that's my second favorite fight scene of the entire Star Wars universe for lightsaber battles. Yoda's appearance, Yoda training Luke. I just love every single moment of this film. Han and Leia actually admit that they love each other. What's not to love about Empire Strikes Back? It is easily the best Star Wars film of all time, and it's by far a perfect film. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's an A+ film, and I love this film. So everyone, that's my top 9 Star Wars films. Let me know what y'all think, everyone. Subscribe if you like. Discord now, bottom link, comment down below. Let me know. Respect my opinion. I respect yours. What is your own personal top 9, everybody? Hate me for liking Phantom Menace over that god-awful piece of shit Last Jedi and Force Awakens, but what can you do? So, let me know what y'all think, everyone. Named Lee, signing off for everybody. Bye.